see your face, I knew we'd meet again another time, another place. Can't believe it's been so many years. You better grab a chair and a couple of beers.
AM 1220 KHTS, your hometown station. This is Alive and Well on your hometown station, AM 1220 KHTS. I am Janice Murray from the Nonprofit Spotlight Show, and I am here today with Tracey Gold, our host of Alive and Well, and we've got an amazing guest. Tracey, do you want to introduce her?
Yes, we have Crystal Edwards, who's going to talk to us about health and wellness and why it is so important to exercise. I took a class with Crystal last week, a Pilates class, and she's really informative. And would you like to just kind of like start?
Tell our listeners a little bit about your background.
I totally can. Okay, so I work with Karina, so the Karina Tech's show, right? So I work with her, and I'm on the show quite a bit. And I was telling you that I was laughing. I go by Crystal Lacey Edwards here. But I go by, yes, it was hysterical. When you said that, I went, that sounds funny. But that's why, anyway.
Okay, how do you like to be
one of the
referred to
same,
as?
Crystal.
Okay.
Make it easy.
Crystal.
Make it easy.
It's just easy. But I do have a master's in exercise physiologist, and exercise physiology, and I have been in the business for a long time. I've worked in all kinds of rehabs. I've worked in cardiac rehab. I've worked with pregnant women, post and prenatal, arthritic patients. I've also worked with professional athletes. I've worked with, the full ramp. On paper, I'm very impressive. That's what I told Karina. I said, on paper, I'm very, very impressive.
I love it.
Well, you're impressive in person also.
Oh, you're sweet. Thank you. But I did want to come and talk about, it's kind of nice to be able to come in and talk about exercise because that is my passion. We talk about nutrition on this show, and we talk about things that improve our life, essentially.
Right.
And so, but absolutely exercise is my passion. So that's why I'm here today.
And you're here to tell us why exercise can keep us young and how it does that.
Kind of. Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking. It's really, we hear people talk about, well, first of all, we all know diabetes, heart disease, stroke, breast cancer, colon cancer. There's research on, there's research on memory loss. There's research on depression. Brittle bones, we've all heard these things that exercise can improve. But yet sometimes we still, and flab. I love this little article uses flab. Everybody's always trying to control their weight.
Too, yes,
exactly.
Well, it's so funny because everybody always is like, you need to exercise because you want to be fit and you want to get into shorts or a bathing suit in summer and all of that. But you always kind of forget that it's really about being healthy and not just about a vanity sort of thing.
Sure.
I think that there's a switch somewhere, what I've seen. When you're in your 20s, you're always talking about being thinner, look good in your clothes and all that. And I think that women and men, once we hit that 40, 50 range, you start thinking about mortality and moving longer and better and all that. You start feeling, I don't feel so energetic and all that. And I think there's a switch a lot of times with people when they hit their 40s and 50s, and now they're trying to do it not only to look better, but now they're trying to catch up.
Because
Exactly.
People realize that when you're 40, when you kind of hit that mark of 40, every age, you're certainly not going to get, your health is not going to be, it's going to increasingly get harder to stay healthy. There are going to be more obstacles ahead of you to stay healthy and vibrant and alert and all those things and feel good. 40 to 50, there's going to be a change in your body. Where 30 to 40, it's kind of, you're not thinking about it as much.
You hit it right on the head. Between 40 and 50, we start losing. That's when we really start losing 1 to 2% muscle mass, muscle strength. That is exactly it. So that's absolutely why people should exercise. And I did bring a little bit of an article, and I love this publication. This is from a publication called Nutrition Action. Nutrition Action is a publication that's done, not sponsored by government or industry monies. There's no advertising. There's nothing like that. And it's actually done through the Center for Science and the Public Interest. And they talk about nutrition. They talk about exercise. They talk about all kinds of stuff. And there was an article in there that really caught my attention because it's talking about it's your move, no more excuses. We know all of these diseases. We know the heart disease. We know the breast cancer reduction, all of that stuff. But yet there are less than 10% of the population that exercises.
Is that true?
Yeah, that's
really
depending on the research that you see, the numbers that are out there, it's somewhere always around 10%. Some are a little higher, some are a little lower, but still, that's too low.
Yeah, and it probably varies by state, right?
It does.
Like
California's a little bit more active, but we've also, just like the rest of the country, we have reached that point where there are more than 50% of the population is overweight. So we're not that much greater. And Colorado is actually probably the most healthiest state.
I've read that. I have
Yeah.
read that. Yeah.
Yeah, we're just under them. But it is, and the whole goal is to get everybody moving so that we can improve our lives.
Is it ever too late to start exercising?
No, no. As a matter of fact, just yesterday I was helping a friend of mine. Her mother has had some medical issues, and I went over to work with her, and even seeing her and helping her, she's 70-something years old, but she's not in good health. And she can even see strength gains and a little bit possibly of cardiovascular gains. So it is never too late. It is never too late. You may not ever, jump off the cliff and
Right.
skydive and things like that, but there's always room for improvement.
Well said. We are here on Alive and Well on your hometown station, AM 1220 KHTS.